Hi, break time. Let's talk cash. Let's talk getting richer. Well, at least a little bit more. Income from your hobby farm. How can you do it? Well, I've done it before. I was a single mother long time ago. And yes, I've tried some of these methods and they work. I had a flock of Americanas, I thought, but I was disappointed to find out that I had not done my homework and did not realize that what I had were Easter eggers. But that's okay. People still love Easter eggers. And I had purchased 2 hens and a male from an NPIP certified flock. Good. You can sell their eggs. You can sell their offspring. You can make a few bucks, at least enough to buy their feed and to keep their pens in working order. But I found out something else. People are willing to buy your chicks and your pullets and your roosters if they're from an NPIP certified flock, they're beautiful and they're healthy, and you'll have people sending you messages saying, please don't give away the blue one. Please, please, I'm on my way. Well, I had several blue Easter eggers, and they went for $25 a piece. They were beautiful. My Easter eggers, I would sell them as chicks for $10 a piece. I bought an incubator, and I hatched chicks. I hatched Easter egger chicks, and I sold them as that, and they were unsexed Easter eggers, meaning they were male or female, no guarantee, but that they would all carry the blue egg gene. Now, I also had an NPIP certified flock of American game hens. They are some of my favorite. They are beautiful, they're feisty, they'll get up and walk. They will raise chicks of any kind. They'll even raise a duck. Looks kind of comical, but they will. Those game hens, they will brood a big flock of eggs for you. A big. Yeah, okay, so I've got the wrong word there. Help me out here. Tell me in the links below. Anyhow, you need an NPIP certified flock. If you purchased your chicks from one of the hatcheries, they definitely are NPIP certified. But you might want to have a vet also take a blood test of them, of what you've got currently, and have them certified at your place, at your farm, NPIP. That will help you sell more. But now, whereas you can sell one Easter egger, one beautiful Americana at $25, what about if you sold a dozen hatching eggs from that same hen for $25? You still got the hen, right? And then all 12 of her sisters would lay you a dozen eggs. Then you sell them too. You make more money selling hatching eggs than you will selling eggs for breakfast or chicks that hatch from those eggs on your property. But the key is, don't get messed up with trying to ship them all over the United States, because that costs money and people will complain because not all 1 dozen of those eggs are going to arrive to where you're sending them without any problems. So take my word for it. Sell your hatching eggs to people close by or willing to pick up or meet you halfway. Chicken eggs, they are a great way to make some extra cash on your hobby farm. How do I know? I did it. I'm doing it. I'm not selling hatching eggs yet. I don't really have the flock that I want to use. Putting $150 or whatever into an incubator is well worth your time and effort, because you can put those eggs in there and in 3 weeks you've got chicks ready to go at 10 bucks a piece. Now if you only have 30 hatch, what is that, $300? Do the math. It works. People loved Easter eggers. I had a great location to sell them from. If you've got a great location, they're NPIP certified, sell chicks, invest in the incubator. My incubator paid for itself within the first month. Now, chicks, eggs, hatching, what else can you sell that works? You can grow plants. I remember going down to one of the local big box stores, and I purchased a flat of 24 impatiens. Pretty little flowers, good flowers. And at that time, they were like $12.98 for that 24. Do the math. Well, I took each one out very carefully, and I put them in a pretty pot that was bigger than what they were in. And I fussed over them, and I grew them up into the point where they were really pretty and lush. Took them to the flea market, and I sold them for $5 a pot. Yeah, 5 times 12 is 60, right? Subtract $12.98 from 60. I made a little profit, didn't I? Yep, you can too. It may not be that cheap. You may want to start some from seeds. Do it. A young woman up in Muddy Pond, Tennessee, not too far from here on the Cumberland, she planted a beautiful flower garden. And what did she do with those flowers? She took them to the flea market and sold them. She found florists that would buy her flowers for their shops. She sold sunflowers, she sold just as plain as zinnias, marigolds, all kinds of beautiful flowers she would sell. So grow you some flowers. Now these are things that take a while, but if you've got a bunch of chickens in your backyard, get to selling those eggs. See if somebody might want to pay you $10 a dozen for some hatching eggs without being NPIP certified. Now, besides chickens and eggs and incubators and selling plants, let me mention one more thing. We had a little greenhouse. It was real little. Bought it off of Amazon for like $115. But in that greenhouse, we had 300 tomato plants. We had 100 pepper plants. Bell peppers, hot peppers, you name it, we had it. They were beautiful peppers, and we had the place to plant them. You see, the year before, our garden was gorgeous, and those Mennonites kept watching these old English people that supposedly did not know how to grow, and they saw that our plants grew. And people bought our tomato. So the next year was a wet year. We didn't realize that. But what we did was we let those tomato plants sit in that greenhouse, and people would say, I'll pay you this amount for those tomato plants. Well, farming is a gamble. You gotta know when to hold them, and you gotta know when to fold them. Unfortunately, we didn't fold quick enough, because that year was the year we had too much rain, and our tomatoes ended up with blight, and we got hardly nothing out of that, only a little bit for ourselves. So, use your wisdom, sell what you got, that's excess and have a little cash. Now, when you're growing vegetables to take to the flea market, don't just grow regular spinach. Grow some spinach that is more exotic. You want to have a different variety than what most of the people at the flea market are selling, because people will actually come and buy the unknown variety or the more exotic variety rather than the plain. God bless you. Have a wonderful day. And let's make some money, honey.